looked at tackling division using the base 10 model and breaking apart in a manipulative to see how division works. Today we're going to be practicing with the area model. So we're really comfortable with the area model. We do it all the time with multiplication. So now we're going to try it out with division. It's the same, but a little different tweak. But if you felt comfortable with the area model, you're going to do just fine on this. So we're going to write
division using area model. And I left notes took up 2 pages. I think we're on 41.
Okay, so what I want you to do to set up your notes for today is take your long, skinny note page, and this is going to be just a general explanation of the area model in case you ever get stuck and you just want something quick that will help you through one of the steps. So we're going to name this Steps for Division Area Model. Okay, so you can just glue this one in, and that will be just to help you with a general understanding of the model. And then our notes are going to go on page 42 or whatever page you were on. So then you're going to take this sheet, and it's going to be at the very top of our page, kind of right here where we put our objective at the top, and then you'll be ready to go for today. Okay, so here we go. Let's write our objective. So we're going to write today I will divide using area model. Okay, so let's just kind of refresh our heads a little bit about area model. So when we are multiplying or dividing, area model just means that you're breaking down like how much something is measured by, so what's all inside. So you draw that big rectangular box, right? Step 1 is you just draw it out. You draw the area model, okay? That's what they did over here. Step 2, write the divisor, which is here, right? Write the divisor. And a multiplication sign, just to remind you that you're multiplying there, on the left side of the rectangle. So here we have our 6, because our problem is 936 divided by 6. Okay, so we write our 6 here. Record the dividend, which is your total number, inside the area model. Okay, so we have our dividend. So instead of expanding it like we did with our area model, we're going to put our dividend right underneath. Okay. Step 3 is multiply the divisor by a number that gets closest to the value of the dividend without going over. So you got to think, how close can you get to 900, right? So this person down here looked at 936 and thought, okay, I have a 6. What can I do? Can I multiply by 100? Sure, it can give me 600. What about 200? Well, 6 times 200 would be 1,200, so that would be too much. So they just stuck with the 100, okay? They then took it and started multiplying, okay? So they multiplied 6 times 100 and tried to get as close as they could to 936. They then subtracted that number from the dividend, and they got 336. You then take that number, take the difference, and put it up top at the next place value and create a new column, okay? Then you just keep repeating steps 3, 4, and 5 and add the partial quotients to find the answer. These are what we call partial quotients, okay? They all add up to become the quotient. So if you look at it, it looks like the area model where you expanded that and it became the quotient, okay? So I know that sounded like a lot. Just wanted to go over it really quickly, and then let's dive in and actually start practicing, okay? So let's look at an example. Let's say we have 582 divided by 3. Step 1, draw a large rectangle for the area model. Okay. Step 2, write the divisor and a multiplication sign on the left side. Here's my divisor. So I'm going to write 3 nice and big with the multiplication sign. Okay? Then it says record the dividend inside the area model. So I have 582 is my dividend, right? Now I need to break up my place values. So you want to think about how many place values are here. I have 1, 2, 3. So that means I need to have 3 boxes. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I have to figure out how close I can get to 582. So let's start with 100. 3 times 100 is 300, right? Okay, what about 3 times 200? That's too much, right? That would be 600. So let's stick with 100. So let's write 100. 3 times 100 is what? 300. Now what do? I subtract the number from the dividend. So I have 2 minus 0 is 2. 8 minus 0 is 8. 5 minus 3 is 2. Okay, now I need to take my number and bring it up to the top. Okay, so now I have 282. How many times can 3 go into 282? Well, let's think. 3 times 100 is 300. That's too high. So let's move to the next place value. Because we want to work in tens, right? You want to keep zeros. If you try to do too close to it, it's just going to take too long. So you just kind of want to estimate. So we can't do the hundreds place because 300 would be too much. Okay. What about 82? What could we do? Can 3 go into 3 times 9? 3 times 9 would be 27, so we could do 90, right? 3 times 90 is 270. That's pretty close. We gotta subtract. 2 minus 0 is 2. 8 minus 7 is 1. Bring that number up. So we have 12. How many times can 3 go into 12? That's perfect, right? It's 4. We know our times tables. So 4 times 3 is 12. And that will give me 0. Am I done? Nope. What's my last step? Add the partial quotients, which are these guys. Add them all up. So we got 100 plus 90 plus 4. So I have 4, 9, 1. My quotient is 194. Now let's check our work. I can check by taking my quotient, multiplying my divisor, and I should get my dividend. Let's see. 4 times 3 is 12. 9 times 3 is 27, plus 1 is 28. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2 is 5. Does my work check out? Yep. So let's add check with multiplying quotient and divisor. That will tell you if your answer is correct. Okay, this is just going to require some practice, so let's do another one. Let's do let's do 3,465 divided by 5. Okay, first step, draw your nice big box. Step 2, write your divisor on the left with the multiplication sign. Step 3, write your dividend. 3,465. Then count your place values to do your column. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right, how close can we get to 3,000? Well, 5 times 1,000 is 5,000, so that's too much. So why don't we do 3,000 times, or 5 times, okay, so we got to think. Can 5 go into 3,000? Well, 5 times 1,000 would be 5,000. So that's not enough room. So what I'm going to do is just put 0, because that place value is not going to work. Okay? So I'm just going to do 3,465 and take it up to the next. So we have 3,465. Okay, so now I need to look at the next digit, the 400s. Okay, 5 times what can get me to 3,500? Let's see. Well, 5 times 700 would be 3,500. That's too much. So we could do 5 times 600, which would give me 3,000. So I could write 3,000. Okay, 5, 6, 4. Bring that number up, 465. How many times can 5 go into 400? Well, 5 times 100 is 500, so that's too much. We gotta move to the next place value, which we have 6. So 60, 46. How many times can 5 go into 46? Oh, 45, 9. D. Right, because we're not doing 900, because that would be way too much. So 5 times 90 is 45. 5 minus 0 is 5. 1. Bring up the 15. We know this one. 5 times what can give you 15? 3. This will give me a 0. Add up my partial quotients. 600 plus 90 plus 3 gives me 693 as my quotient. So I'm going to give you 582 divided by 2. Okay, and I want you to find the quotient using the area model. Okay? Try your best, rewind, pause, look at the different examples. All I ask is that you try, okay? All right, see you tomorrow.